Okay, number 10 says construct a truth table for P and Q or negation P. So I only see 2 letters, so I know with this I'm going to have 4 rows. So I start with the P column, the Q column. And then I'm going to do P and Q together because that's the first piece of the end of this. And then I'm going to do negation P. And I'm going to put all the pieces together. So P and Q or negation P. Okay, so I'm just fixing stuff up a little bit because it didn't quite hit the ends. All right, again, I have 4 rows. So row 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so P is always true, true, false, false. And Q is always true, false, true, false. Now I'm doing the P column again, so true, true, false, false. I'm going to put the and symbol in there. And then I'm going to use Q, which is true, false, true, false. It's an and. The only time and is true is when both are true, which happens in row 1. Otherwise, it's false. So I get row 1 is true, row 2 is false, row 3 is false, and row 4 is false. Now I got to negate P. So I'm going to write the opposite what I see for P, which is true, true, false, false. The opposite of that would be false, false, true, true. So now I'm going to put the pieces together. So I'm going to look at the P and Q column, and I got as a result true, false, false, false. And I'm going to do an or. And then negation of P was false, false, true, true. Now remember for or, the only time or is false is when both are false, and that happens in row 2. In row 1, true or false is true. False or true is true, and false or true again is true. So the result of this is true, false, true, true. Okay, that's number 10. Number 11, construct a truth table for negation P and, inside parentheses, Q or negation R. Okay, so I have this time around 3 letters, so I'm going to have 8 rows. So I have P, Q, and then R. Now I'm going to do negation of P, so I'm going to let that be a column. And then I'm going to do negation R. And I'm going to do, in parentheses, Q or negation R. So we'll figure out what that is. And then my last step is to put the whole thing together. So negation P and Q or negation R. All right. So now I'm going to draw this out. Okay, so hopefully you're getting caught up to me. It takes a little bit of time to get these done. I'm going to erase the stray lines here. Okay, and then we got 8 rows. So let's start that off. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5, row 6, row 7, and 8. I got kind of smushed down at the bottom, but we'll have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now when you have 8 rows, P is going to be 4 trues and 4 falses. And then Q is going to be true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. And then R is going to be true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So I'm going to negate P. So basically I'm taking the P column and I'm negating it, which is writing down the opposite meaning. So remember that P is 4 trues and 4 falses. So the negation of that would be the opposite. So false, 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 false. true, 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 true. Okay, negation R. So again, I'm going to negate the R column. And the R column is true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. And then I'm going to negate that. So it's going to be false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. All right, so let's put the pieces together. I need Q. Q is true, true, false, false, true, true, false, false. And then I need an OR symbol. And I'm going to use negation R, which I just found out to be false, true, false, true, false, true, false, true. Now it's an OR. The only time OR is false is when both are false. That happens in both lines 3 and also in line 7. So those two are false. Otherwise, the rest of them are going to be true. Because again, you just need one T or one true and Q or P or whatever you're looking at for it to be true. All right, so I'm going to take this negation P column, which was false, 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 true, 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 true. I'm going to put the and symbol. And then I'm going to write down what I just found, which was true, true, false, false, or sorry, true, true, false, true, 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 false, true. Now it's an and. The only time and is true is when both of them are true. And that happens in row 5 and also in row 6 and in 8. Otherwise, it's going to be false. Okay, so false, 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 true, true, false, true is the answer. All right, that was number 11. Let's look at 12. What symbols are used for the following? Biconditional is the arrow with on both sides. Conditional is the arrow pointing to the right. Or sorry, conjunction. Conditional is the arrow on the right, so let me put that in the right place. Conjunction is the word and. Negation is the word not. And disjunction is or. So I just did the symbols for those. So that was number 12. Okay, so I'm going to stop here, and we're going to pick up on 13 in the next video. Thank you for watching.